1.
2.
Hello everybody, my name's Renee. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about the STAR testing. What is one thing that can make students so anxious and nervous that they actually throw up? What is something that makes students or teachers so anxious and nervous that they're willing to cheat to make the districts and themselves and their students look better? That one thing is the STAR, mandatory Texas STAR testing. This is some of the artwork that's been on the internet showing how nervous the students are and just some of their feedback on how the STAR testing affects them. STAR is the State of Texas Assessment and Academic Readiness Test. The STAR was originally the tax test back in '03, and it was mandated by State Bill 1031 and House Bill 3. Part of the rules of the STAR testing is that students must pass the STAR testing in grades 3, 5, 8, and 12 in order to continue to the next grade. A lot of the information is about the testing and the guidelines and the rankings and that kind of thing can be found at www.tea.state.tx.us. According to a website, www.savetxschools.org, they list 10 problems with the STAR testing. One of the biggest problems is if you fail one test, you don't graduate. You don't promote to the next grade. That's a lot of pressure on the younger students, especially grades 3 and 5. The older students can handle it a little better because they've been through it a few more times, but a lot of the younger students have a real problem with that. The STAR testing can also affect college grades, college admissions. If you do bad on the STAR testing, it can affect your chances into getting into a certain college. Even though your grades are good throughout the years, you can still be eliminated just because of that test. One of the other things is the time pressure that they put on the students. The test is limited to 4 hours, so if they're looking at the clock, that's a lot of pressure too. So if they run out of time, they just miss those questions. And then the cheating. The cheating comes from students trying to make better grades so they can pass, and the administrators and the teachers trying to help their students make better grades so that they look good for funding and all those things that are wrapped up into that. What can we do to fix this problem? A lot of the big complaints that I hear are that the students are tested on things that they're not taught in school. So changing those tests to match the courses that are taught and the academics that are taught throughout the year, rather than just teaching and then at the end of the semester or the end of the year cramming to get those things that weren't taught throughout the year that are on the STAR test. The other thing is to change it to where not one test determines your graduation or your passing to the next grade. Also improve monitoring. If there's an unbiased party that can come in and monitor the testing so that the students aren't trying to cheat or the administrators or the teachers are trying to help improve the grades. According to a Huffington Post article, Texas Test Wars, A New Hope, one of their suggestions is that make it where the better you test, the less tests you have to take. So that's an incentive for the students to do better on their testing so they don't have to take as many tests. So what is the solution? Do we keep the testing and the guidelines as it is now with the one test fail, no pass guidelines as they are? Or do we change it and try to make it better for the students and easier on the students so that they're not so stressed and having such a difficult time keeping up with all the guidelines and the rules. There's also a lot of prep tests that can be taken, and I think also those prep tests ought to be mandatory, not just for the students that can afford it, but also for the students that have that are required to pass the test. Anybody have any questions?
How many times can you retake the test?
You have 3 tests within the year to retake to get a passing grade so that you can pass your class.
What do they consider passing?
A passing grade is 70 or above.
Do they plan on making any changes?
Yes, there is a coalition that one of our senators has put together. It's a group of students and administrators that are currently working to make better rules and regulations, and some of those rules include testing on the internet and that kind of thing to just make it a little more easier and a little less intimidating, things that they're used to doing now.